Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fleet Plays Transport Fever 2. Race to the North. We're back, and it is now the 1860s. And oh boy, do we have work to do. We have an entire recapitalization and reorganization of the freight network to do around newly acquired locomotives. In particular, we have received 1860's. And it is now time to replace double-heading 042s where possible. In particular, where practical. Especially on some of the longer single-unit trains, they're just so significantly better in any way. Now, Train 1110 is one of those ones where that is definitely a full consist replacement. Just owing to the way in which the freight working is handled. That shouldn't be too hard to deal with. No, that's coaching stock. No, cease. Wait, what? The 1850s tanker can do 51 miles an hour? What? Hello? That's fine, we don't need to do that at speed. We just need it to do that one. There we go. Bish bash bosh. There we go. Clickety click. Clickety 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 click. And then brake van. Oh. It's a little bit over, but both ends of the line are not stupidly short, so that is fine. That's the southbound Scarborough to London goods train. Okay, that is a very easy replacement. That is a straight replacement, just 2 for 1 easily. In fact, and also it gives more power as well in the doing of it, which is absolutely fine. Same thing here with the trains of logs. This will just be a blanket replacement. I need to forget not to do cargo, because if I do cargo, I don't get the brake fans, and I need brake fans. Look, my immersion, alright? There we go. Perfect. And you are that colour. You are that colour, I believe. There we go. Fantastic. I'm fine with the tank engines remaining in charge of the smaller trains. They're perfectly adequate for that. We don't need to replace them just yet. What we do need, though, is to really have a look at some of the biggest earners here. And that is the coal trains from Hull to Scarborough. These need to be completely reworked with double heading. Very heavy or all-up weights for carriage of freight. Squeezing as much capacity out of them as we can physically manage. In essence. Now, these might carry less than the one did before, but they'll move it much quicker, given they worked by actual heavy freight engines. Also, we are suffering a shortage of grain, so we do need to tie in some grain deliveries. Oh, we did! We did tie in a new set of grain deliveries. And this one can actually, given the length of it, yeah, you can actually just have a single 060. You don't need to, you don't need to, A2 locomotives to work a train of that length. It's just not needed. he says. We hope. I mean, Thirsk has turned into a really major railway junction. Like, it really has. But, well, hey-ho, there you go. It be that way, don't you know? So, the 1860s. Right, so let's have a look and see what we're going to do next. So, we'd gone... So, I had other plans. We'd gone... So, built the line through Harrogate to Thirsk. Oh, yes. The plan for what was essentially going to be another mainline railway starting as a stub end in Bedford. Yes, I should probably get on with building that. So that it does get built at a fairly rapid rate. There we go. So then, station there. Station in Nottingham. And a 3-track... Going to be mostly a terminal, but there is going to be a 3rd track that is for through, a 4th track that is for through trains that serve Wakefield, which I will just add now so I don't forget it. There we go. So 1 bish, 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 bash, bishety bosh. Lovely, and that then means that it carves out past the front, which is exactly what I need it to do. Lovely. But anyway, let's get this new main line built to the highest possible standards. That's right, I'm pulling a Great Central. This line will be built to the absolute highest standards imaginable. And will be the envy of... Hang on a minute. Oh no, I did do alright. Good. Hang on, come on, get into the tunnel. There. In the tunnel. Kill me now. There we go. Move on. Marvellous. Fantastic. Lovely. You love to see it. Beautiful work here. Lovely construction. I just genuinely can't wait for Transport Fever 3. I'm very excited to see what vehicles they've added in with, you know, because the whole reason that they went with the whole we're going to move the start date forward is so they could flesh out the vehicle roster for that whole sort of 125-year period up to the modern day. Which I will, like, as you can see from this game, given I started in 1820, I do like that whole early era of railway construction. I like that whole sense of building up and watching the railway lines organically carve their way across the map. I like that. That's very much a me thing that I like to do. But I understand that not everyone likes that. A lot of people play this game as a city builder, which I can understand. You know, it's definitely a way you can play Transport Fever. I don't generally do that. I much prefer... Like, oh yeah, I will serve cities with cargo if it's something I want to do, but I much prefer the logistics of building up a railway network to handle stuff like cargo and passenger traffic, and then basically watching it, you know, sort of grumble on after a fashion, basically. And... oh my god, the length of this. Good gravy. Okay, what's the collision? Ah, that's the collision. Slightly too high. Slightly too low. That's aggressively too high for most of it. As nice as it would be to have a massive viaduct, and it would be pretty metal. Honestly, you know what? Yeah, I do want to have a massive viaduct. I think that would be... I think that would be very, very cool. I think that would be very, very cool indeed. I like the way that looks, but also, again, I'm noticing the curve upwards, which then flattens out. Well, that does mean there is a gradient. Yeah, I know there's a gradient, but I'm not... Yeah, no, we're going to have to do that as more than one singular section, because I'm not keen on the whole concept of just having that as a... So we'll go under there in a tunnel. Again, trying to keep it flat. Use large viaducts to make sure our bridge pillars are well clear of whatever we're going to be hitting. Perfect. Lovely. And as I did suspect, it's not much, if any, elevation distance from, I think it's Nottingham? Sorry, from Leicester to Bedford. I didn't think there was, to be fair. And I was entirely correct. If Brunel can have his billiard table, this can be Fleet's flat top. Completely flat level track that just really lets locomotives let themselves off the hook and really open the regulator and see how fast you can go. To be fair, this entire main line from Bedford to Sheffield is very much exceptionally modern. And it shows. And again, the plan for freight working, even if it doesn't actually happen. Because again, I do eventually want to put freight into every single city that needs it. But I don't want to do it without sacrificing what is more important to me, and that is making sure the entire passenger network runs as it should do. It's why there are so many branch lines that I build. To provide short interconnected links between main lines that otherwise would not be linked. Can I actually get a... I can. Okay, that is very nice. That is... In that case, I don't actually need... Yeah, I don't actually need. Yeah, I don't actually need. You can access it because if it goes that way... Go that way. Yeah, you can access any line that way. Okay, that is that's a very nice junction. I like that. That is very nice indeed. So, how are we going to work this, you might ask? Well, says I. To me. We're going to work this in a... Come on, there we go. There we go. I need a... I remember Train Fever. I remember when Train Fever came. I was so hyped for Train Fever. It was glorious. You didn't have anything like... There were no ships back then. And I do love shipping in games like this. It's very nice as a way to actually do things. Like shipping, especially with, the water's right there. Is that going to actually work as a single bus route? I'm not sure. Go out that way, and up that way, then down that way, then down that way, then up, then down, then... In theory, that should work as a single bus route, given the way it's set up. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, I think I will work that as 2 bus routes, actually. I know it's a break from my standard practice when building new bus routes. I usually don't do this until later. But given the way that Sheffield is laid out, yeah, that's definitely... That definitely does make Sheffield a candidate to be a starting 2 bus route city. Just given the way the damn thing's laid out. And then a new line, so that runs from the station. There we go. And that's 13 buses for the normal bus route, which leads to and from the station. Not 112! Jesus. Not that many. There we go. Perfect. And next we have Nottingham, which is a very large city. Unlike normal... Who said that? Voice in the back of my head. All the Nottingham stands represent... Nottingham stands. I mean, really, come on. The Nottingham stands. Lord, listen to me. Yeah, given the way this is laid out, that is definitely a single bus route city. Just absolutely no question. There we go. "17 buses. That's probably a new record. For a single out and back bus route. I think that's fairly certain that is a record. Then Leicester. Like, there will probably be connections from Nottingham to Newark. And from Sheffield, obviously, and from Sheffield there'll be a line into Wakefield. Well, maybe Doncaster might be the better pick. No, Doncaster doesn't really have the station platform to accommodate it. Since the plan is to go... since the plan is to actually build a sort of semi-main line and go Sheffield, Wakefield, and then spring a mainline run into York here on like a bay platform. That's the thinking anyway. You basically give passengers more connections, more chance to move around the place. And in so doing, you encourage towns to grow that way. I will admit it's not the ideal way you can do it, and there are definitely... like, people can grow towns by providing a basic passenger service and just providing all of the freight deliveries all the time and really bumping up the amount of freight you deliver. Like I say, I am much more interested in the building of a coherent, functional, and easy-to-use passenger network for the passengers and watching how the semi-fast trains, the main lines, the branch lines, how they all form this massive interconnected web that ideally, if you've built it right, a person should be able to go from any bus stop on the map to any other bus stop on the map within 20 minutes if you've built your passenger network right. At least that's the premise of my way I build passenger networks. That's the premise. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. Suppose we'll have to be judged on that, won't we? Okay, so Nottingham is track 2. Perfect. Lovely jubbly. So that is 6 trains. Easy enough. Oh my lord. Hello, Killerbin. Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Different notification when you joined. I wonder what that means. Oh, you've got the funky check mark. That's why it made a different sound in my ears. The day goes well, my friend. The day goes very well indeed. I'm just building out the various other sections of the network that I need to build. Just laying out, just putting the trains on the track for the next part of the network. So we need the Sternox. Splendid carry. Yeah, every time you chat, it gives me a ring, so I know when someone's. I wish it did that every single time someone chatted to me. It make monitoring. Other than again, actually, if it did that, I'd be rolling on the floor from the constant dings if I ever do end up making it big on this whole Twitch thing. Like just constantly getting dinged all the time, like a submarine at bloody periscope depth. Oh, I never hear the end of it. Quite literally, in fact. Okay, so there we go. So unbunch at Sheffield, unbunch at Bedford. Make sure that's actually activated. Then click on, click off. And that's why we do it, because you make sure that it's actually saved. Now it has. Good, so that means it will stay. Fantastic. So they're coming out of Sheffield. Oh, that sound. Nope, not going to stay close to that. That's a bad idea. It is quite loud. But see, I didn't get a ding that time. Yeah, I didn't get a ding that time. Oh, it's quite loud. What's quite loud? Do you mean me, or do you mean notifications? Lay it on me. What's quite loud? And I will go and bash a hammer into the settings and see what I can fix. Oh, yes. Let me see. Let me go and have a look at that. Hamana. Where are we? Audio output capture. Let me see. Chat box notifications. Mute event sounds. Don't want to do that. Pop-up event filtering options. Pause alert queue. That's very strange. I wonder if there's a way to deal with that. That's audio output. Would that be from? Let's have a look. Dark mode. Show me the things. Okay. What are our actions? Chat highlights, chat appearance. Yep. Last pop-up chat. Combos. I'm trying to find the thing where it lets me fiddle with the notification sounds. Where? That is very strange. I am trying to find... It's very strange. Very nice. Verified. I see. Okay, that's something. Community? No. No, I'm in... maybe the mod view will have the answer. Let's have a look. Scroll wheel, tell me the things. In the meantime, enjoy that lovely little chugga sound as that train makes its way northward. That's very strange. Wow, 4 people now. 4 people watching me bang on about how I'm trying to fix Twitch. This can only go well. I'm sure. Right, I'm just gonna... I've never had anyone, probably not had anyone verified in the bloody chat before, so it's probably never bashed me on the head. Oh. I don't think my stream's unstable, Twitch. I think you're lying to me. I think you are lying. There's got to be a way to fix this. I'll have to have a look at that killer bin, but I can't... Yeah. There's got to be a way to fix this. Yeah, no, I'm stumped. I am trying to figure out how I would mute exactly that and only that without muting everything else. And it's... I will admit, I am drawing a blank. I don't... It's not the alert box. The chat box is there, as it should be. There it is again! There it is again! It is not even verified. This is new. This is new. There didn't used to be a ping going off when someone left a message in chat. This is new. This is brand new, and I don't know how to deal with it. There didn't used to be a ping going off in my ear where every time somebody left a message in chat. This is new. Fleet struggles with technology. Part 1. Fleet fails at technology. Just the way it is. What else is new? Right. Okay. I'd say accept it. That way you... yeah, that's great. I'd still like some way to moderate the volume. Because I have no idea how to do that. I can either mute them, or I can... Okay, is there any way to actually just manage alerts? No, there's the window capture, the game capture, the audio output capture, the mic capture, but in terms of actually plinking away at me when someone leaves me... I'm stumped! I am absolutely confoozled. I am bamboozled. I am rappalahoozled, and other words of that nature. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Not as far as I can see. It wasn't doing this... Well, then again, no one chatted to me yesterday, so, yeah, no stream add-ons on. To the interwebs. The joys of streaming! Okay, yeah, maybe it is. It should... Oh, hang on, there, it's gone now. Hang on, someone else send a message. Someone else throw a word at me. Lob a sentence at me. Hit me with the old words. Do that posh type internet talking. Well, I did ask for word salad. It only gave me a bonk for one of those messages, not two. Big think. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, that's not the same. Audio. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Notifications. Appearance. Did I push a hotkey? Stream. No, that's fine. General. No. I am confoozled. I am aggressively confoozled. I am confuzzled. Okay. I need to think about this. I need to play the game first of all. At first I thought it was because it was verified, but no. GWI isn't verified and Killabin is. So, it's not that. Gotta be something. I've been told not to think is its danger. Yes, thinking is nice, I grant you, but... Sorry, not thinking is nice, I grant you, but unfortunately, I do have to kind of think about this. Okay, let's... Okay, I think... It doesn't say you are. Are you? Push buttons. Click the things. Maybe you are, I don't know. Right, okay. I have turned down, I think I've cracked it. I've turned down the sound of the alert box. Somebody try throwing a message at me now. I think I've cracked it. I think. And maybe it's the chat box? Maybe. Maybe. No, that sound is still... That sound is still the same level, I think. I'm utterly bamboozled. Confoozled. Woozled. All of them words. I do not understand. I'm gonna have to rename this stream from bloody Fleet Streams Transport Fever 2 to Fleet Gets Utterly Bamboozled by Technology. That's what we're gonna have to rename it to. Fleet Gets Bamboozled by Technology. Oh. Oh, dearie me. You couldn't make this stuff up. Oh, dear. Okay. All right. Okay, so I've turned down chatbot now. even though that shouldn't make a noise. We'll see if it does. We'll see if it does. We'll have to see if that fixes it. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to go on a dive after this stream and see what the heck's going on. Anyway. Right. Enough of that for now. Hopefully that works. Anyway, back to throwing trains at things. First thing to do is to replace this train with another train, because we need more steel, I guess. I don't know. More steel. Steel is good. Steel is good for the soul. There we go. Nope, I need that one instead, because I need my brake van. Oh, no, you don't. Thank you very much. I wish to move 140 steel, please. You will indulge me in moving 140 steel. And you will do it now. I guess you could say... Do I really want to make that joke? Yes, I do. I guess you could say it's steel. Okay, I deserve that. I think I'm going to pun hell for that one. Yeah, I'm probably going to pun hell for that one. But that's not surprising. Alrighty, okay. So, there we go. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, the London to Selby Express line is just... Wait a minute. Where's the other London Express? He shouldn't be out. We haven't even remotely finished the... Why are you out and about on the main line? You should not be. The other one on the route hasn't even reached London. Oh! Oh, it did reach London. Never mind, I stand corrected. It did go all the way from Scarborough Food Plant to London. Unfortunately, now we need more. We need to move about 100 capacity in food. Lads, don't creep forwards too much. Bad for your health. Anyway, thank you those of you who joined and tried to help me fix the problem. GWR, Killerbin, Legends, the both of you. But it seems like Fleet is once again suffering from a crisis of existence. But what else is new? There we go. I do like the whole transitional period as well, but I'm also looking forward to the more modern locomotive period. We start getting early mature steam traction. There we go. Start of a long journey. The main line does run all the way to Edinburgh. It is a hell of a run. There's both local and passenger trains that make the journey. It's a hell of a run, though. It's like, it really is. It runs all the way up. Oh, bloody hell. I was not excited. Afternoon, Cody. Yes, apologies for the noise. Although it does seem to have gotten a little bit quieter. It's less like our eardrums are being blown out now, and it's more like it's just there. So one of these settings seems to have worked. As for which one it was, I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna, well, either way. It's one of those two settings, so I've turned them both down. Okay, so we have fixed it! Celebrations! Cue celebrations! Fireworks! If any of you have firework emojis, now is the time to use them! Oh my god, the line from... Sheffield to Bedford, there is actual demand. Bang! I think we fixed it. I think. Did we? I'm not sure. Maybe. I can't tell! I think we did it. Anyway. Just sad fleet noises. This is where I am. Oh. Confuzzled as usual. But hey ho. What are you gonna do? Oh, we got some bits from Cody. The crabs are raving. The radioactive liquid is being drunk. And the biddies have appeared. Thank you, Cody. Thank you very much. And I believe he has started a hype train. I think he has. Yes, indeed, he actually has. My god. Man is going to make me eat well this month. Well, naturally eat this month. Thank you, Cody. Thank you very much. Okay. Do you have proper... Yeah, we have the beginnings of proper engines. We definitely have the beginnings of proper engines. Mega Crab Rave. Mega Crab Rave. Love it. I think I might have the plan here. There might be a way around. There might be methods to the madness, and there might also be Fleet just being mad generally. But what else is new there? As Dr. Clark will say, Fleet is just generally mad. It's the way of things. Getting an express train to London from Sheffield is going to be an interesting proposition. Most assuredly so. Have to root through all this mess. It's not steel, it's technically wrought iron, I'm calling it. Why else would it be so rusty? That's why I figured it out. Right, I figured out and solved the problem with the, I have figured out the problem with the notifs. If anyone sends a message now, it's not going to be so stupidly loud, it's going to be hysterical. In theory. So, we should now have chat notifications that don't make me want to throw myself off a cliff. See, there we go! Now they're just a little pop in your ear, but they're not so loud as to be Jesus, Jiminy Christ, good Lord, we're all going to die. There we go. Okay, so I think I need... okay, yeah, I definitely need to upgrade the... Yeah, the London to Bedford trains are doing perfectly fine. It's the Sheffield... It's the Sheffield trains that are actually getting a little bit busy. Especially the... There we go. Yeah, there's definitely demand for the Sheffield to Nottingham service. Luckily, I built these trains with the coaching stock and the numbers of passenger spaces to actually, you know, make it worthwhile. Right, so while we're actually thinking about it, in order to bring the stream back on track, let's actually go over, for those of you who have not been here before, Killabin and GWR, let's go over the route mileage as it currently stands. Starting with where it all began. Hull! Gateway to Hull, I guess. And here we are, Hull Station, where it all began. Now, originally, the railway looped around this hill here. But the whole main line has always been one of the highest earners in terms of profitability on the entire network. And here we have basically the train setup that works basically pretty much all local and branch trains. A GNR Sternock 422 with a rake of GNR Peak 3-axle coaches. Coming along here, we come into Selby. Selby was where basically where the main line started. It was originally a 2-track station. It was upgraded to a 3rd track when the north-south section of the main line was built, and therefore we needed to make it a through station. Beyond Selby, the first extension was to York. And York Station really hasn't changed much since it was completed. The only real extensions to York Station have been the loop round tracks to enable goods and express trains, which are typified here by a Crampton with a rake of 4-axle coaches, to work round it. From there, the line went north again, to the now much expanded Thirsk. Thirsk was originally a 2-track station, then when the line to Scarborough was built, it became a 3-track station, and then when the line from Leeds via Harrogate came in, it became a 4-track station. From here, we have the old main line, which is originally the endpoint of Northern expansion before the 1840s era drive on London was announced. North Allerton. And this was end of track for a good chunk of the 1830s and into the mid-1840s. After the drive on London was announced in basically the mid-1830s, we began the southward expansion. Doncaster was originally a 2-track station with no diversion line and no trackage to allow for the express trains running out to King's Lynn, which is the bay platform here, and the main line up to Leeds. Then we have the straight shot over Fleet's Flat Top, well, one section of Fleet's Flat Top, to the station at Retford. From Retford, you then dive under the tunnel to Newark. And as usual, we can see a Crampton being held behind a regular train on the section from Retford. Basically, from Grantham onwards, it's very, very cramped for the express trains. They've got to tie in with everything else up to Thirsk. Then, same thing up here, into Grantham. Then we have some sections of real decent running. So we have 4-track main line after Grantham. which enables express trains to overtake local passenger trains, etc., etc. Although we have to be careful, because I think this train's going to get held behind this one, which hopefully will mean it will get this junction, which is going to be a little bit interesting and awkward, but we'll see. Then Peterborough Station. Here we have the train coming south. Unfortunately, nothing on it, but that'll be there when it gets back up north. Works by a pair of these 222s, the express freight train, carrying food! Cakes, I think. Cakes for London. Again, keep going. And it's here that we get the only real diversion on this section of southern trackage, which is round either side of Huntingdon Station, which did lead to an interesting development for the Cambridge branch line, given it has to dive down a very sharp embankment and hook under the main line here. But these two lines join straight in to become parallel either side, and then you've got to merge with the regular traffic through Stevenage, up into Hatfield, and then down into London King's Cross Station. So that was done by about 1845. And the whole goal was to try and, I thought, I'll get to London by the end of the 1840s and then Edinburgh by the end of the 1850s. But with profits steadily growing, I came to the realization that I might be able to actually finish the East Coast Main Line by the historical end date of 1850-ish. So I got to work. From Northallerton, it was a fairly easy punch through to Darlington, from where a few branch lines are developed, but those came later. Then through into Durham. Again, another end of one of the branch lines. And then through a hill into Newcastle on Tyne. Again, no River Tyne here. So, yeah. Don't know where that's gone. I don't know. Maybe someone drank it or something. Maybe the people of Newcastle got very, very, very thirsty and drank the River Tyne. You know, it could happen. Then through Newcastle on Tyne to Alnwick. And then we're into the real Scotch section of the network. The express trains divert here to go for a direct run to Edinburgh, but the regular trains carry on to Berwick-on-Tweed. From Berwick-on-Tweed, you've got Dunbar. Then carrying further north, you've got North Berwick, and the line here takes on a really suburban aspect for these last three stops for Edinburgh. Very stop-start work. Then the express line rejoins here, and it's a final slog uphill into Edinburgh Waverley Station. All told, apparently, according to the timetable, a direct journey from London to Edinburgh with our fastest trains, which we don't operate anymore because no one would use it, would take 60 actual real-world minutes. According to the calculations I did, adding up all the station stops, the time between station stops according to the local trains, and then adding 30 seconds for station working, a journey by the local service from London to Edinburgh would take about nearly an hour and 40 minutes real time. Which I'm sure none of us here have the time or the patience to sit through an hour and 40 minutes of just riding a local passenger train up and down the network. But we have actually connected pretty much most of the cities on the map. There's only a few that aren't, so Hartlepool, Middlesbrough, Sunderland. And there's a few others in the West Country we haven't got to yet, but we'll get to them. We will get to them. So, please, gentlemen, don't keep mum. If you have anything you want to say, please say it. Fleet, you're doing a terrible job. That's fine. Criticism is welcome. It adds to the comedic charm of the whole thing. Well, we think. We're fairly certain. We're 99.99% certain. Viewer discretion is advised. We think. Hey, you came here for comedy. Nobody said it'd be good comedy. Right, okay, let's get building. And finish this section of this secondary main line. Why? What's the problem? Oh, really? Really? Oh. Okay, can't do the direct route. Fine. Just build the level crossing, then we'll see if we can build the direct route that way by going under that bloody hill. Well, oil dirt. I mean, I question the whole liberty of going under an oil refinery, but sure. Okay, sure. We'll go under an oil refinery. This can only go well, I'm sure. This is a good idea, right? But right, chaps? Go under an oil refinery. What a brilliant tactical genius plan I've had here. Definitely will not interfere with the extraction process at all. No problems. 10 out of 10 plan. He says. I'm not sure. We shall see. Anyway. So, carrying on as we do. And then we've somehow got to hook over the main line to Newcastle. That's going to be interesting. Because if I... Actually, I might be able to do it this way. So if I go... Light up. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. And we'll make it a big viaduct. Actually, no, might as well just go with a single girder span. Yeah, that'll... Oh, yeah, that looks perfect. That's beautiful. I love that. That's great. Oh, that's lovely. I love that. I love the way that looks. That's great. That's really... I like that. That's great. Sorry, forgive me. I am nerding out over little bridges. I like bridges. Bridges are nice. Crikey, I turn off the notification and chat goes bloody silent on me. Am I living in the dark? There we go. So that's that, and then the other end is fine. So, only other thing I need to do is just plonk that signaling there, and then going back the other way, and then keep doing that down the line. So that we're all signaled up, so we can get all steamed up, so we can then move trains along the network. He says knowingly. There we are. Now, you'll have to excuse me just a second, chaps. I have to deal with something that's just come up. I'll only be like 2-3 minutes. I might not even be that. See, told you it wouldn't be too long. Just had to deal with something. Excellent. Fantastic. Marvellous. Lovely. Right. Okay. So we need locomotives and things to put on them. Excuse me. Right, okay. going to be tight. Is this scuffed? Yes, but have I been in need of a northern depot around Newcastle Way for a very long time? Yes. So this depot had to be multi-purpose anyway. I admit, look, as long as nobody derails, we are fine. Now, none of you people in the chat go bloody laying things on the track, because I swear to God, if one of the Cramptons derails and crashes into that shed, I'll have to pull a James May. What if it's my bloody shed, man? Oh, dear. I miss the old Top Gear. Show of my childhood. Cracking stuff. There we go. Lovely. Fantastic. Gosh. Bus time. Well, not... I keep saying this. They technically, yes, they are buses. Omnibus is a term that predates the motor bus. But, that being said, it's a stagecoach. It's not really what you'd call, you know... I wouldn't exactly hop on it to go down the town now, would I? It's not the number 52 going to Chiswick or something. Apologies, well, I mean, I literally do run a podcast every Monday called Fleet's Random Rambling, so, I mean, it would be on brand if I rambled. So, I mean, I suppose I should keep doing it. There we go. Perfect. Well, kind of. Jesus, you've all gone quiet on me, haven't you? Hell in a handbasket. Am I coming through? I've not muted myself into oblivion, have I? No, I haven't. Next. More horse-drawn vehicles which move people. There. They're no longer buses. They're horse-drawn vehicles which move people. Well done. 10 out of 10 would horse-drawn vehicles that move people again. That joke died on the... Yeah, never mind. Never mind. It's fine. Don't become a comedian. There's no money in it. I shouldn't wonder. Oh. No, you're fine, I'm just chilling. Hey, just chilling is fine. Chilling is good. We like it when people just chill. Just chilling is absolutely hunky-dory. And ideally... Might remove a few towns from the equation, but it's worth it. I haven't decided if I'm going to be ploughing through to some stations on the other side yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I haven't decided yet. There we go. Yeah, we'll fill that in. I'm not exactly using it for shipping anyway. I mean, it's not exactly the finest terraforming the world's ever seen, but it's not exactly the worst either. There. That's better. Now it's not bloody drilling into the ground every 5 seconds. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. There. And then that joins there like that. And boom. We've got ourselves a short local railway line. Isn't that lovely? And we can also include a short shuttle service to the main station. Stop it. Work with me, game. Thank you. There we go. And then pivot. Do that. Jolly good. Right, okay. So the first thing we need to do is... do I extend it to Sunderland? Probably not. It's better off as a... It's probably better off as a short, sharp commuter service, just serving that section. I mean... Durham might be closer, actually. And that would give me another mainline link. And then Durham is already a... no, we'll stick with the short, sharp, sort of local commuter-ish style train plan thingy that I've got going on. Basically. There we go. Perfect. It's only Hartlepool that needs buses, actually, now I think about it. But I'm just gonna give up. They are buses. They are buses. Just accept it. The universe wants you to call them buses. Just accept it. Just accept it. Don't try and fight it. It's not worth it. They are buses now until the end of time. And that is just the truth of it. I'll be glad when we actually get some bloody motor buses so I can actually call them, you know, correctly. I'm not tearing my hair out every time I bleeding well do it. Right, in terms of actually running this service... There we go, perfect. There we go, perfect. Now, normally, we would use a Sternock, but... given the sort of quick off-the-mark demands this service is going to have, their tractive effort's probably not going to be enough. Yeah, it's gonna fall to one of the tank engines again. Oh, the six-axle coach is gone. Oh, well, I guess we're using the GNR coaches instead then. I'm not expecting much in the way of actual demand for the service, but we shall see. We shall see. But as per usual, standard fare, down we go, unknown. So at Hartlepool, unbunch. At Saltburn, unbunch. Click on, off, on. Yep, you're locked in, fantastic. And then we'll have another service that runs to link with Middlesbrough. Wait, did I not set up the regular I'm jumping ahead before I've even finished. I'm like, good lord, I haven't even finished the haven't even finished building the regular thing yet. Like, look at me go. I'm putting the cart before the horse here. I haven't even put the mainline service on yet. Honestly, what am I like? Anyway, so, yeah, through there, through there, through there, through there, if you don't mind. So, you've got the right platforms going out, so you need to be on different platforms coming back. There we go. Job's a good one. Brilliant, fantastic. You'll love to see it. So that will be a thingamabobby, because yes, this is entirely the sort of work they were purchased to do. 6 trains. Get on the way, lads. And again, same thing as before, make sure they're timetabled so they don't bunch up. And if they do bunch up, they unbunch at either end of the line. Fantastic. Brilliant. There we go. Anyway, so get the service underway. Oh, hang on. That tells me you boys haven't unbunched like you were supposed to. So it starts from Hartlepool. So find Hartlepool. Heart. Anyone see Hartlepool? Am I blind? Oh, hang on. Passenger train, Middlesbrough. Passenger train, here we go. No, you are supposed to be unbunching. So should be able to unbunch relatively easily, I think. Oh, of course. No, they unbunch from the end station, not the middle one. There we go. Now, I knew there was something. There we go. How are we doing so far? Doing fine. And we've got the main part of the network running, and we haven't had the first train reach the far end yet. But the lines are coming together quite nicely, and we have linked Hartlepool as I did want it linked. However, there is one component of the whole Hartlepool experiment that we haven't yet created, and that is adding a fast option for that travel. A ferry direct to Saltburn, from which passengers can then catch the Saltburn to Scarborough ferry. Because there will be people who want to travel. Got the journey time between Scarborough and Saltburn down to about 7 minutes by Clipper. Which is not bad innings at all. And especially now with traffic open, literally you get off the Clipper at Saltburn and you transfer to the train, that does bring Middlesbrough within reach. And especially if you make a connection well to, you know, the Saltburn ferry, that really does give you options. I may actually also just end up making a ferry terminal at Sunderland as well. In fact, I think I absolutely will. And then you've got a string of ferries as well along the coastline for those people who like to travel cheaply. Because that is a thing in Transport Fever. Some clients do just prefer to travel cheaply rather than travel expensively. And they'll take a slower journey if one is available. And that means you do have a chain of ferries that runs from Scarborough through Saltburn, through Hartlepool to Sunderland. Whether or not that's going to actually pay fruit, apart from the Scarborough to Saltburn ferry, which does actually seem to make making money, we'll have to see. But most importantly, pretty much all of these ferries have very close links to their railway stations at every point along the route. Scarborough, Saltburn. The only one that doesn't really is... It's only Hartlepool and Sunderland that really do not have that. Well, there goes Chef and Steve on their way. We'll have to see what the 1860s brings us in terms of locomotives. It's going to be interesting. There we go. Lovely. And away go those trains. Jolly good. Yeah, keeping that as a nice confined suburban network does seem to work really quite well indeed. Although I am going to have to actually extend that all the way up to the station on the simple grounds that it does seem like actually you do need to extend the track all the way up to the station because it otherwise doesn't work. Damn, okay. Middlesbrough is now massively expanding in a way I was just flat out not expecting. And I was not expecting the bus routes in Middlesbrough to need to be bloody omnibused so soon, but apparently they need to be. Because there is a really high demand of people who want to leave Middlesbrough. Shocking. Shocking revelation. Actually, you are a narrow enough margin that yes, you will get a Strunner. Because yeah, accelerating that service is not a bad idea actually, given it's a bridge line. So straight line speed does matter a fair bit more. And there we are, arriving in Middlesbrough. I do quite like these little quaint little stations that we do have on certain parts of the network. They are really quite nice. Oh, the brake squeal. Oh my god. Right, okay, so we did that, we did that, we did that. Skipton is served by 2 railway stations. Even with all the buses we have, it's still not enough. Good lord. We actually have overcrowding on the buses in Leeds. Can we get some... Oh my god, it's not enough. It's actually not enough. We actually have overcrowding on the buses in Leeds. It's too much. Like, has anyone got a bigger bus? We're starting to have overcrowding here. I mean... Okay, there's got to be something, right? Right. That is literally just a straight shot in and out. Well, okay then. What? Well, in that case then, if there is that much demand as there seems to be, still doesn't carry as many people. But what I can do... No, that's not going to work. Basically, what about just running some dedicated shuttle trams? Since that seems to be the area of most busyness. And then build a future depot there, just so that we can then delete the rest of the tram tracks once they've gone. Basically. Because holy sweet Jiminy, have we got to do something. Well, luckily we have actually given ourselves a fighting chance at least with the way we've set out some of these cities and towns, and oh dear lord. Okay, yeah, that's not enough. It is definitely double-decker omnibus time. Because, yeah, that is enough of a town area coverage that is... Brain! Can we function normally, please? Can we make sentences come together in a manner that the rest of the world can actually, you know, understand? Maybe. Maybe. Luckily, it does seem that the whole tram idea is going to work. Luckily. Thank God. It'll hopefully take some of the strain off the buses. Come on. Go. Good lord, would you please go? There. Now we are taking significant number of passengers away and preventing the overcrowding. Thank God. I am half tempted to have our local buses skip. Yeah, I'm gonna actually order the local buses to skip Grove Road entirely. Because it's quite clear the majority of the traffic is not Grove Road traffic. It's for points further in the city. So anything that's for Grove Road should be handled by the trap. Oh my god, these women walking off in a huff. Like, we're on a journey, Rodney. Calm down. Why is there the sound of jet aircraft? It's 1861. Game, what are you smoking? Oh, that's an infusion of people onto the various lines that we could probably do without. I really hope I get some more powerful general purpose passenger engines, because I need them. There we go. Okay, the Borsig, the Bavarian passenger car, that's not really much of anything worth a damn. If I'm going to be completely honest with you. Okay, so we have now fixed that little part of the whole Leeds kerfuffle, which is not so bad, although it has made Leeds Station busy, but not overcrowded. Which is fine, we're ready for it. Thirsk is still fine, plenty of people for the London to Edinburgh trains, but the London to Edinburgh trains are long enough to actually handle it. I think. Are we actually overfilling the trains? Wow, we actually are. This is really nice. We're extending the radius of which people want to travel. Okay, the little shuttle train is going to need to get a little bit longer. Because people quite clearly want to go from one section of Middlesbrough to another. Like, there is a stupidly high demand for the usage of the train. Like, seriously. Good lord. Who would have thought commuter rail is popular? Look at that. The acceleration. The power. The speed! Right, oakley dokley. So there we go. Fantastic. 2 years in, and we're doing very well indeed. To be fair, even the again, we've got to increase the train length here. because... Oh, okay, game. Just calm down for me. There we go. Passenger demand is starting to outstrip supply. That's the level we're approaching here. And the majority of the people get off trains from Thirsk, and they want to transfer to the trains to Middlesbrough. Like, that is where we are. I'm not surprised the Hartlepool ferries aren't doing that well, but to be fair, these are only supposed to be links to the chain. They're not supposed to be profitable ferry routes like the whole Grimsby ferry are, or other ones like them. Oh, of course, we must pay tribute to the world's shittest lighthouse. Praise be upon the world's shittest lighthouse. The world's shittest lighthouse. Oh dear, somebody clip that. Okay. So, I think there's a few places north in Scotland where we haven't reached our rails yet. But in south of Edinburgh, there's only Hawick. Oh my. Alnwick is... Oh my lord. Okay, there is a serious demand for traffic to and from Edinburgh Waverley. That is something else. Yeah, well, actually, never mind. Just 2 Edinburgh Waverley, not 2 on from. Bit weird, but hey ho. I'm just very impressed with the way the railway network has come together. Oh, I know what that means. If there's people waiting, it's omnibus time. Right. So the branch lines are doing fine. Sheffield main line's doing fine. More than fine, actually. Things are really going well. Through Nottingham, etc. Did I end up building that line from Nottingham to Newark? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I should probably do that. Because that will provide a key link between the 2 main lines. Which is probably something I should want. There we go. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And then brandish off like that. Finish constructing perfect. Finish constructing that and push that button there. And that one there. And... well, button. So I cannot actually do English correctly. Who would have fucking thought? There we go. Newark to Nottingham, and it's just literally 2 trains. Yep. Because of its branch line nature, but also needing to be quick. Again, the good old Glenn. 2 of him. Bright blue on the dew, I guess, is a way you could describe it. And I mean, I could have it as a bridge line as well for freight, so I should probably be prudent and signal it as though it might at some point deal with the existence of freight trains. So yeah, it would probably be prudent to signal it. There we go. Good, that will now stick. And this now should provide a link between the 2 main lines, the East Coast and what I'm going to call the left-hand main line? Maybe? Kind of? I suppose that's how you describe it. Completely off kilter over the last few days, but hey-ho. It is what it is. Okay, London now demands tools. Well, tools we can actually ship to the capital. That is not a problem. Doesn't have a big tools demand. Oh, it's the same. Oh. Well, literally all I have to do is ship those tools in. That's all I have to do. Because we already have the tools factory set up. So, we will do that. As usual, though, we're going to get to about 1863, and then we're probably going to call it, which is a nice round number for us to call it. And then, obviously, next Thursday we'll have the recorded episode, which will go out on YouTube, which will then obviously take us to about 1865, and then, of course, next Saturday we'll finish the 1860s, and then, obviously, this time next week, it'll be the 1870s, and we'll go round like that, because that does seem to be working very, very well indeed. I wish I had some faster freight engines, but I don't. Sadly. There we go. The trains are accelerating. Marvellous. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Everything seems to be going reasonably alright so far. Profit margins. Profit margins. Show me the money. Okay, the new food line is easily now the most profitable thing on the network. Good lord. Not surprising. I could actually afford to triple head that and still comfortably make more money than God. Basically. Yes, I could comfortably afford to triple head that train, and I would still make more money. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. And that should hopefully help these trains keep to time. We hope. There they go! Ah, dear. I do like the whole cluster of trackage here that I have. Multiple different viaducts. Branch line, a main line, and two main lines all interweaving and connecting with each other. The south pretty much connected. The only parts of the south that aren't are Bury St Edmunds, Ipswich, and Harwich. Harwich? 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 I'm not sure, actually. Never actually asked anyone from the area. I don't know. I'd have to ask somebody. Okay, so what else? I suppose I do need to build the branch out to Harwick now that I think about it. No. Keep building it with these new steel bridges. Headed for that small town off in the distance. After all, it's quite funny that some of the branch lines actually had better engineering than some of the main lines, if anyone knows their history. I mean, look at some of the main lines the GWR threw up in the south. I mean, some of those things have bridges and earthworks on them that just beg a belief. Grantham Oil Well, gateway to the oil well. I don't think any freights are going to come this way. It's well out of the way of any of the places you'd likely find freight traffic on the network. There we go. So perfect. So now all we need is a depot to produce the branch line trains. Oh, don't forget your buses fleet. Buses are important. They I can't use my words today. I cannot use my words today. I am not capable of using my words, apparently. This is an unfortunate case of lack of words. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it will be. Once I've actually finished the... There we go. 8. Hey, we want 8 and we won't wait. Nice little naval history tie-in there. Oh, no, don't. Oh. That's really annoying. Oh. Okay, that's where we're going to call it, because I don't want to get caught by another autosave, and yeah, I don't want to go to the trouble of recoloring every single piece of rolling stock on my network, or manually. So we'll have to rebuild this branch line later. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Apologies for this slightly abrupt delay, but I just literally got sugar-coated by the game, so we'll have to leave that where it is. Tune in next week for the continuation. Take care, everyone, and I hope you have a fantastic Sunday evening and a fantastic start to your week. Bye-bye!